Okay, we're back after our latest crash. So the big question is, who do we give the pike to? And I think... Tool, yeah, they're okay. They're exactly my jam. Oh, here we go, definitely. We give it to Detail. So he's going to be doing 60 to 80 at 77 attack value base. That's great. Awesome, we got some nice armor to give out as well. Yeah, Heinrich's hurting. He got his little bit of armor wrecked. So 1, 2, 3 archers. Well, 2 archers and a crossbowman, plus a pikeman. We've got 3 more spaces on the roster. Probably another crossbowman, pikeman, and a shield bearer. Then eventually it'll be Highlander, shield bearer, 4 shield bearers, and Highlanders on the flanks. On Elf, what are you upset about? His mate Edmund dying and failed to teach Sigmar anything. Okay, this is 40 hit points of armor. Who can I give that to? Actually, everyone's already got that. Okay, fine. Got replacement here for a new pikeman ready to go. Oh, nice. A hand axe. Awesome. Actually tempting to give it to Sigmar. He doesn't have to use the 2-handed axe. He can at least use a shield and a hand axe. That's 66 accuracy. But no, he's a Highlander. He only whips out his shield if he's in real trouble. We'll definitely hang on to that hand axe though. We shall be using that a little bit later on. Onwards, men, to Dunkeltal. Looking at the map overall, there's like a fair amount of swamps, fair amount of snow and forests. I could see the wisdom in making sure that every single one of your soldiers has Pathfinder. So action points reduced by -1 to a minimum of 2. Changing height levels, no additional action point. And then you can make the rough terrain work in your favor, but it's a bit risky, and also it would be not useful against goblins who have Pathfinder anyway, and undead which don't have fatigue. So it seems like one of those skills that's nice to have, but not exactly worth spending an entire skill point on. Ooh, this venison's nice and cheap. I want to try to keep the diet as varied as possible. It'll give everybody a buff and make them happy. I should also think about buying a dog, or an armored dog, whenever we can. But this 1200 crowns, we're either going to save up to get a long axe, or once we finish this ambition of visiting all the different villages, I think we should probably spend this money on recruiting particularly good guys. Yeah, we just need Hammerwald. Let's see if we can't get some work that'll take us near there. It's also probably worth recruiting a tailor. Give us some direwolf armor. We can get one. Ooh, that's tempting. Oh, but he's expensive though. The nice thing is he comes with a hunting bow. That's super, super tempting. Oh, I want to get him. I reckon we get him. Bam. Big risk. Oh, but 2 stars. Asthmatic. It's terrible though. Alright. The problem I have here with our sergeant is that he's awesome as a pikeman, not as a crossbowman. But now, if he's a sergeant, he needs to be in the middle of the group. And I want my pikemen on the flanks. So the other option is I could have my 2 crossbowmen and my 2 archers in the middle, and then have 2 sergeants. One on this, well, both pikemen can be sergeants. Because if I use raise morale on Detail, it's really only going to help those guys. These will be too far away. Hmm. I reckon that's actually worth doing. Just based on the fact that, you know, you could always lose one sergeant. And of course, our best range weapon has to go onto our best archer. He's still going to be a crossbowman, but I mean, he's got a way to go until he needs to get a particular mastery. So, crossbowmen in the middle, archers on the flanks. I don't know what to do with my sergeants. Yeah, let's try something different. Let's have 2 sergeants. Okay, so we'll hire someone else who's likely to have high morale. This grave robber is a tempting one. They're not faint of heart, so... Okay, well, regardless, we can't do it now. We need 2 days worth of salary, and we can complete this ambition. But it's probably a good idea to do a mission now to get some more money in. Yeah, I agree. Most time, Pathfinder is wasted, yeah, I would agree with that. The other theory I had was you put your flankers, you give them Pathfinder so they can run down archers and get around the flanks. But when I've experimented with that, it hasn't been that useful, because then those guys, you either have to take adrenaline on them so they can close in on the archers at the end of the first turn and the beginning of the second turn. But then by the time they get into melee range with the archers, they're exhausted, and then the other frontline guys of the enemies just fold in on them and kill them. Dealing with enemy archers, I've had great success with just having my own archers, just out shooting them and releasing dogs. But overall, I don't think Pathfinder's worth it. I think I have to do one of these one-skull missions just to keep some money coming in. Oh, sweet, a cemetery fight, perfect. Here's chest. Meh, it's fine. Exactly, just outshoot them. There's not enough armor on Heinrich. I wonder if I shouldn't... Yeah, I'll just switch him with our sergeant just for this fight. Just until Heinrich's in better shape. This is going to be probably against zombies, so I'm going to want at least one cleaver on the field. In fact, the two-handed axe is that worth it? I definitely want the daggers, because if there's armored Vadergangers, I want to decapitate them. I tell you what, Detail, why don't you take the cleaver? And your job is to, if zombies get low, I want you to use decapitate so they don't rise up. Excuse me. Then Sigbold, Militia Spear, you're probably better off with a regular sword. Yeah, 68 accuracy, more damage. Our archers need to fill these zombies with arrows. So can I get a decent price for this cloth? No, I can get more for it than that. Oh, I want a falcon. What's junk? What can I sell here? That's junk. That's junk at this point. That's junk. That's junk. No one here is particularly good that I want to hire. Also, we don't have money to hire right now. Let's go clear out this cemetery. Good, it's on our way anyway. Tomb of the First... Oh, actually, wait a minute. This isn't against Vadergangers. This is against those annoying skeleton bastards. So in that case, I'll need flails. And actually spears. So just try to get past their shields. I don't think it's even worth it trying to destroy their shields. I mean, it takes 2 hits from a woodcutter's axe. This does 30 damage to shields. This does 12. Let's just try spears and flails. but I want to be prepared for in case it's Vadergangers. Vadergangers, I want the sword. If it's the skeletons, I want either flails or spears. I think that's a decent compromise, I suppose. What do you think? Yeah, I don't think it's worth trying to break their shields. Nervous about this. Okay, good. No shovels, no men. Undead mining. Okay, good. So it's Vadergangers. Excellent. That's what I was hoping for. Whew. Falcons are amazing. Falcons. It's not worth spending the money early to get them, because once we hit like the early mid-game to mid-game proper, essentially once we're ready to start raiding the little ruins and stuff, you need the Falcon. Blankman needs a shield. Oh, whoopsie. Well, with height advantage you should be fine. Screwed that up. The nice thing, all our archers can go back to their bows. Fill these things full of arrows. Except for Heinrich. A weird bit of terrain. It's actually not what I had in mind, but... Okay, I meant to click there. Whoops, okay. I need to get detail back off there. Okay, good, there's his shield. Whew. Let's put the shields here, and then the pitchforks here, archers there. Hope they can't close in. Yep, they can. If it's just the one, we should be able to just knock him away and then run back. Yeah, that was silly. So there's a couple sets of armor I want here. I want all three of those sets of armor. We're going to kill all of the unarmored Vadergangers and try to get the armor off of these guys. It's not going to be easy, but it'll be great if we can pull it off. We might have to end up running forward to help detail him here. If he can't knock the zombie away, which actually he probably can't. No, we need. Okay, it's different now. We need to run here now. This changes things. Because even if he knocks the zombie away, the only spot it can go to is either there or there. Even if it hits, it's only a 50% chance it won't put him in contact. We've got a chance here to get high ground on them. It means they'll get a round of attacks on us. It's not ideal, but better than nothing, I suppose. Good job. Get him, lads. I really did not start this off well at all. But with high ground we should be just fine. Zombies only attack once a turn and they don't have the highest attack values. But this guy's our next target. He's got a spear. He'll probably hit when he attacks. Oh! Which of these guys has a weapon? This one. Attack that one. Ah! 71%. Missed. Actually, spend 2 turns running for a flank. I reckon it'll be worth it. If you're going to make an argument for putting Pathfinder on anyone, I think it's on your crossbowmen and your archers for exactly this reason. They can run around and get flanks quite quickly and quite easily. I never normally do this, but let's try it. Let's compare shooting over the shoulders of our troops compared to actually running and getting the flanks. I think getting the flanks is going to be better. Love the spears, they almost never miss. I don't know about you guys, but zombies are my favorite enemy to fight. Ooh, that armor is almost destroyed. We've got to be careful with that. Whew, close. Get your knife out. Oh, missed. Ooh. Let's see, so Sigmar, you actually need to help over here. Let's focus this one down first. Ah! You like to kill the peasants, good lord, Ulrich. Brutal. I want to get this guy with the cleaver down quick, because that cleaver is actually pretty scary. Now, unfortunately, I want to dagger all 3 of these guys, and I've only got 4 guys who actually have daggers. Although D-Helm can help as well, because he can just bash their heads in. So everybody else at this point is just going to stand around and watch, cheer them on. Yeah. Good job. Was almost down. Scary. Get your steak knife out, lads. Oh, see, that's the problem. It's the risk you take. Eberald. What are Eberald's skills like? I wonder, is it worth... No, he's got the weakened heart. So if he dies, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it'll suck losing a 2 melee skill guy, but... Punching does damage armor, yeah. Archers can just take care of this. Damn it. I need Eberald to stop getting hit. It's also exhausting trying to capture them. I'll tell you what, let's knock this one back. Just so it can't hit Eberald again. It can only hit Sigmar, who's got full armor. Eberald is bleeding. Kill the berserker with your bare hands. Oh, Jesus. Flails do so much more damage if you use that ability than daggers. We shall be hanging on to whatever flails we can find. We're taking a lot of unnecessary damage here, but I think it's worth it for these 3 sets of chainmail. This early on, I value the chainmail over the soldiers that I have. So scary. God. That's what I'm talking about, Sigmar. Almost. Emerald, you're too low. That zombie can kill you. And Arnulf needs to rest for a turn, he's too exhausted. It's just every time that Butcher's Cleaver gets swung at us, it scares the crap out of me, it's terrifying. One more hit, come on. Of course, you have to stab the thing again, it rises up. Ugh. Throw weapons, XCOM style. Oh, come on. One more. Everyone's exhausted. This is no good. Oh, so close. The crossbow would have been good here because a lot of its damage goes through the armor. Oh, thank God. These keep missing. Woo. So close. So that should be 3 sets of armor. Only 2 came through though, but still, you know, better than nothing. And this is some full basic mail. I actually prefer the patched mail. Who's got the most fatigue? Eberald has 81 and Detail has 81, so it'll be Eberald who wears the heavy armor. And Heinrich can swap again. Okay, we're getting there in terms of armor. Let's see. Leather. Patched mail. Basic mail. Patched mail. Patched mail. What you want is the worn mail. Worn mail is also 110 points of armor like this, but it's only minus 10 fatigue. It is my armor of choice. Most of the time. Wait, hang on off. You are a two-handed axe user. Detail is our best pikeman. And he can actually do with a crossbow. I'd love a few more crossbows. Get hold of them. Ah, we are hurting. Cut leg muscles. Yes, chest. Okay, Eberald, you are level 3. Oh, look at that. Loving it. Plus 3 on melee skill and melee defense is awesome for a shield bearer. And for the last time we can give him resolve. So 45 is enough resolve. And I think... Geez, do we give him fast adaptation? I don't think so. I kind of want to give him quick hands. I don't know what to give him. I kind of want to try making him a flail specialist. I've never really had a flail specialist. He's got nice high melee skill. The problem with the flail is it has very low minimum damage. But it hits the head a lot. I've stopped taking gifted. I mean, gifted is a nice level up, but it's just an extra level, right? That's not actually giving you a perk. It's just an extra bit of stats. So gifted is amazing in the early game. The thing is, let's try something a bit different. Okay, he's got... gifted is good, but again, I want to try something a little bit more different. I'm going to go... Colossus at level 1. Fast adaptation is great, but he's got 62 at level 3, so he's going to be upwards of 70 odd in 2 or 3 levels. Let's make him a headhunter. And then we'll take shield expert. Actually, no, let's give him crippling strikes instead. So yeah, we'll go crippling strikes, shield expert, flail mastery. It's not the most efficient way, but it's the way I want to level him. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Details the sergeant. His job is to just have huge fatigue, high resolve, and be a pikeman. I think the dream of having him shoot a crossbow is not really going to happen, but he's got such a nice melee skill. I actually reckon fortified mine's going to be worth it for him. You have to admit, that's a hell of a pikeman. 69 melee skill. Very nice. Shield mastery is amazing. I find you absolutely cannot fight orcs without shield mastery. Not just because of the defense, but because most of the orc weapons, especially the axes, can one-shot your shields. Even your, what are they called again? The triangular ones? Heater shields. Yeah, I think shield bearer is definitely needed. I love crippling strikes though, just to inflict those debuffs. See, walking in the swamp, you get an infection. We should have money to pay for it at this temple, though. Temple's closed. What can we sell? I think we can sell the bludgeons. I just want to make sure I don't sell the vital weapons. Okay, so let's kind of just organize our stash. We're going to hang on to that. So here is for our next incoming pikeman. For our next incoming frontline person. Boom. And then I want to hang on to the short bow. So the two axes can go. That can go. We're keeping that. Okay, so the two bludgeons, the two big axes, and the one small axe can all be sold. The infected wound is worth treating, I reckon. Pierce chest, 1 to 3 days. It's only max fatigue. Melee defense initiative, that's fine. But 180, it's 270. It's almost half our money. I don't think it's worth spending on. We're going to need more medical supplies soon. Ooh, 187 is a good price. Okay, I think that means I can afford to treat these wounds now. How long are we going to need to rest for? Like, at least a day, just to get some hit points up as well. Oh yeah. Eberald's going to need some more time. Well, chuck him on the back line, I suppose. Let's take this job, see what it is. Need to take it to Sand Camp. How much are you talking about? 160. I accept, but I need some time. I just want to see where Sand Camp is. If it's south, I don't want to go that way. No, it's not worth it. Let's just turn it down. Let's go finish this ambition. Then we can get ourselves up to 12 man. Start getting our fighting skills up. We just need Hammer World, and we've been all around the map. Let's also give the lads some time to fix their gear and heal up on the way there. Man, I want a few more. Ooh, direwolves. 3 of them. No, not with only 27 hit points on Eberald. And it's not a mission. We're not getting paid to fight them. They're dangerous. Can't wait to clear out these crypts and these brigand nests. They have so much money, so much XP, so many good weapons. Awesome. So that's our ambition fulfilled. Let's find some work. Let's try Steinhausen. Remember the name, Headhunters. Two skull, what is it? 2-star caravan guard. How much are we talking about? 870. I reckon it's worth it. It's going quite far to the south, so this is something we might have to end up abandoning if the fighting gets too difficult. $240 is probably worth spending on those tools. But I do know we needed arrows for, who was it? For the short bow. This is great, we've got a bunch of swords, so if we're fighting Nachtzers, we'll be able to cut them up with all our swords and our spears. Should be an easy fight. Oh, look at that. Now we can't even be on the front lines with only 36 hit points. I'm going to swap him with the sergeant until he's healed up. This is scary. I hope we can do this delivery without any problems. I'm just thinking if I've made a mistake by guarding this caravan. Well, too late. We've accepted the mission. Let's do it. If we're lucky, we don't get any fights. God, we're going all the way to the other end of the map. Ooh, at least there are some hands. Okay, there's 4 caravan hands that are going to help us. Yeah, it's unfortunate that he got a weakened heart, because he's got 2 stars in melee skill. You could argue that he could become an awesome pikeman with 2 stars there. I could turn him in, switch him from shield bearer to pikeman. In fact, I think I might even do that. But that still leaves us with the problem of only having 1 sergeant. He's going to be an amazing pikeman. With only 48 hit points and Colossus, no stars in hit points, he can't be a shield bearer. He's far too weak. Let's switch him into a pikeman. Keep him on the left flank. And then once we get another frontliner, we can put the sergeant back on the left flank, and then that's our backline pretty much sorted. We are indeed definitely going to get a fight here. Get the company back to full strength. Trying to make sure everyone has the weapons out that they need to be having out. Yep. Axes is right. Spears is correct. I wonder if you guys shouldn't be hanging onto swords as a backup. Because once they get past the spears, I want you to go to your swords. That hand axe is really, really, really good, especially on detail. Wow. It's a bit of a waste having someone with 79 accuracy using just 25 points of damage on a spear. This is more like it, 30 to 45. All about the flexibility. So they all have ways to get around or through shields if they need to. If by some miracle we can get through this without too many difficult fights, it'll be great. The 870 gold is huge. Oh, here we go. Only one raider, a few poachers, and some thugs. So we're going to need to move towards them and close in on those poachers. It does 2 to 4 poachers. Only 2 of them. I'd love to get my hands on that bull hook. Okay. Get him, Edmund. Haha! Fine shot. This shouldn't be too difficult. Well, actually, you say that I did actually test something similar out in one of my playthroughs where I hired only beggars and cripples and vagabonds, really, really cheap guys. I mean, you end up recycling a lot of them. But I mean, like, I got a beggar who had 3 stars in melee skill at one point, and that was ridiculous. And of course, they're not perfect because they have some lower base stats, but as long as you take care of the holes in their game with the certain abilities, they can be fine, honestly. What is your melee defense? 23. Yeah, go into riposte. So Sigmar's going to go there and spin in a big circle. But that square isn't safe, so you need to... When you get around the side, you can get into melee contact with that bull hooker. Oh, both miss. Unlucky. Unruckery. Where do we need you, Sigbold? I think I want to go straight through this lad and then onto the poachers. Ha ha ha! Yeah, 2-handed axes. Oh, the caravan hands. No, please, by all means, just stand back there and don't help. Don't do anything. By all means. Ha-ha! Dietmar, a fine shot. Ouch. Ouchie. Ouchie. Ah, that's the problem with the Highlanders. They're 2-handed axes. They get hit almost every time. Until they get reach advantage and some more skills, they are super vulnerable. Ugh. Oh, spears are so good in the early game. They just go straight through shield wall with their accuracy. It's bloody great. Yeah, Arnulf's actually in trouble here. So is Sigmar. Oh, detalm, you beast! And 3 stacks of Headhunter. Ooh. Was close. Hmm. Now, in fact, I want Sigmar to move back because if this Raider hits Sigmar, it can easily kill him. That's so satisfying, seeing the decapitated head. Whew. Oh, pikes, they're amazing. Go on, Edmund. Arrow flew far, flew true. Good stabbing. Three enemies left. Oh yeah, this 1, 2, 3. Two of which are fleeing. Awesome. So I think crippling strikes actually increases the whoopsie amount of morale damage you do. Because I think that when you inflict a wound, it triggers a morale check for the enemy. I mean, I happen to know that the morale check is if you do 15 points of damage or more. But I think that's also affected. I think there's a separate one if they get an injury. Get him, lads. Get him. Oh, close. Hold your fire, Edmund. Stab him in the guts. Nice weapons. That's cool, that's cool. Problem is we did take loads of damage there. And we got to expect that we might get straight into yet another fight. Heinrich. If it's anything +2 or above, I'll take it. On melee skill and defense. I think you've got enough resolve. Let's give you some fatigue. Do you need fast adaptation? I think you do. Level 3, only 53 melee skill, only 1 star. You need fast adaptation. Sigbold. Pretty much. Oh, you've already got fast adaptation, never mind. +2 sucks, +3 is good. Let's make it 46 resolve. That's enough resolve for you now. The catapult's getting ripped ear injuries during catapults. I've never even seen a catapult. I've never got that far. Is that when you have a war against the other houses and you have to attack a city? Crazy. Okay, Sigvold Shield Bearer. Take Shield Expert. Nice, an extra 3 defense there. Underdog. I think Underdog is skill. You don't have very much in the way of hit points, but Underdog's more important. Melee defense, melee attack, hit points. Any defense malice due to being surrounded by opponents applies as if 3 less opponents were surrounding this character. Effectively, this character can only be surrounded by 4 or more opponents. I still reckon it's worth it. At the next level, we'll take Brawny to give him some more fatigue, or we'll... Well, look, at the next level, we're going to take Reach Advantage, and then Hold Out, then Battle Forged, and then it's only going to be a super late game once we get two-handed weapons that we decide which he's going to specialize in. What am I missing on a two-handers build? I think Crippling Strikes is pretty important because they do so much damage anyway. Holy crap, catapults can shoot at you with rocks, that sounds horrifying. And for my crossbowman, so I think 45 morale is enough. I actually want to take Anticipation, so when being attacked with ranged weapons, gain 1 plus 10% of your base range defense as additional range defense per tile. So if the enemy is shooting at you from 7 tiles away, it's plus 7 range defense, plus 10% of your range defense per tile. So it's 1 per tile plus 1 per, so it's 2 per tile. Effectively it's 14. It increases my range defense by 14. But for a crossbowman, because a lot of the times my crossbowmen and archers are going to be standing out in the open, and their biggest threat is other archers. Just compare the damage values here. 40 to 70, 60 to 80. Oh yeah, no, wow. I think I'll just stick with the pitchfork. I mean, it's +5 to hit, +10 chance to hit, and +5 chance to hit the head. We'll hang on to this hooked blade though. And there's spare arrows for you. Has everyone got a ranged weapon in the back line? Indeed. Although really, Everald will do way better with a crossbow because he's got the least ranged skill. Take a look at the armor values. Okay, so full armor, 55 is not a lot, but he's a good shield bearer. 90, 95, 43 is a little bit worrying, but he should heal up as we go along. On their next fight, I might actually have to start them off with shields, because as nice as these axes are, the lads have taken some damage already. You know what, you have got 60 attack value, so just go sword and shield. Same for you, Sigmar, just until finish this. Good, I like that. Onward, men. We're almost halfway. Just ready to pause the split second I see some bad guys, because I might need to switch those bow and arrow users to pikes, but here's the day. I think we're gonna do it, lads, we're gonna do it. Oh yeah, 870 crowns. Yeah, buddy. And some more 2 skulls to do. What do you have for us? Rollo's tempting. He could be a good another pikeman. But didn't we say that eventually it's going to look like this? Yeah. D-Town will be using a pike there. Eberald is now a pikeman. He's too weak to be on the front lines. I need 2 frontliners. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep buying day tailors and then and hiring and firing them until I see what kind of stars they have. Yeah, this is guys just an archer. We don't need him, so we'll get rid of him. We've got enough archers. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 archers. So sorry, Diedrich. We also don't need spare archers. Worth a try. He's only a a servant, but you never know. See, it's exactly what I'm talking about. 2 stars. That's fantastic. He can be a shield bearer. He's not that tough, but we'll just level him up to make sure that he survives accordingly. Awesome. Welcome, Berengar, the shield bearer. He hasn't exactly got primo stats or anything, but it's better than nothing, and it might get us into the mid to late game where we can swap him out for somebody else. Also, a star in resolve as well. Nice. Let's get 1 more lad. I've never actually used gamblers. Wendell's got the eyes of a desert snake, and shaping cards is his rattle. Nah. quick reflexes and a higher resolve. Let's see, fishermen are used to physical labor. He's needlessly expensive. Let's try the eunuch. I've never really had a eunuch. No, he's another ranged guy. Well, he would be really good at ranged with eagle eyes. If we lose one of our archers, he could be a backup, I suppose. I mean, he doesn't have a range defense though, but with eagle eyes and a star in range skill, he could be quite good. I don't know. No, I think that the fact that he doesn't have a range defense means long term he's not going to be viable as an archer. And do you see how you get whatever the armor and weapons the person you've hired was carrying? You can try that one more time. Rolo is unlikely to have melee skill. Here's a fisherman for only 155. That's worth trying, I suppose. Two melee skill, two stars in melee skill. Another shield bearer. Awesome. Awesome. So here is our first 12 lads. Nice fatigue as well. That's awesome. He'll just start in the back, of course. So he's got a couple of levels and some better armor. 42 ranged is not terrible either. Cool. So, here are your headhunters. Our first 12 lads. We've got the two Highlanders in Sigmar and Arnulf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shield bearers. That's not right. Oh, right. Well, Sergeant Diethelm is a pikeman. He'll go into the back eventually. So you've got 4 shield bearers in Berengar, Heinrich, Sigbold, Raban. Our 2 pikemen are Sergeant Diethelm and Eberhold. And then we've got 2 archers in Hugo and Kunibert. And then 2 crossbowmen in Dietmar and Edmund. Sweet. I wish them luck. I hope they don't all die horribly. Let's get to work. Far too expensive. All of this is far too expensive. I think I want to do a couple of 1 skull greys just to get some XP on my level 1 guys. Let's just pop up the road and see what 1 skulls we can find. I may well come back there though. I also need to find a faction that I want to ally with, and then find... Nice. Our renown grows. Reliable. I think I want to use Adelreich. Because the plan then is, pick the house you want to ally to, so this is going to be our main stomping ground. And of these villages, you find one that has an armorer and a weaponsmith, like Muckenberg. As soon as we can, we get to friendly relations with them, because then that's where we're going to buy all of our late game weapons and armor. But we'll have to become friends with Wagenheim, Steinhausen, Roggenschacht first. Let's do some jobs to find our way up there, and then we'll start bouncing around those cities doing jobs. But actually, if I want to get to the north then, we can look at these 2 skulls and see what they do, because there might be caravan guarding missions that get us all the way up there. Fisherman gets some melee skills with bashing the fish in the barrel. Oh. Wagenheim, how much are we talking about? 110 and 430. I just want to see where Wagenheim is. If it's north, we'll go there. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, team. I would like a cup of coffee. And when we come back, we'll be accepting this mission and we'll be guarding a caravan on the way to Wagenheim. And we can hopefully get some more supplies, some more medical supplies, tools and supplies. Start growing our renown, start getting more money in. Eventually, we can get chainmail on all our frontline guys. Then we can go explore all the way over here, start clearing out all of these various places, get ourselves into the mid game. Things really start getting interesting at that point. Alright,